Yeah, yeah, the only thing that's different is there's questions I have never asked, like camping, So let's see. This one we've had before, but it's been a number of months. It says, can you describe what the Father, Jesus, and Holy Spirit look like? And I don't really remember all your answers, but describe that if you can for people.
I know that when you stand before them one day, it's not going to matter. I think the greatest thing is not just the appearance of them, it's their frequency,
Hmm.
it's their love, it's the life that comes from them. How can you explain life? How can you describe the very essence of life itself, of being and always have been? There's no way you can describe that. But their physical, their image, the image that they portray, I can. They look like, they have bodies. They have real bodies. Holy Spirit's invisible, but he still has a real body. But the Father, his hair is like, it's white, and it comes down past his shoulders, and it's alive. His hair is alive, people. Life comes from him, and so much glory that you can sometimes only see his eyes that are like these blue flames of fire, that
Hmm.
his passion for you.
Wow.
And out of him flows life. The river of life flows from underneath the throne, and people run to drink that water in the throne room. Sometimes the throne room floor opens and there's a whole river people jump into, of this river that flows from him. And because the stones of fire are in him, they flow out in this river of life. And there's gemstones all over in the throne room. The crystal sea is called the crystal sea because there's faceted crystals called gemstones that all came from him. That river flows all over, becomes an ocean around this world called heaven. And the living rainbow that comes from him is because of these gemstones, stones of revelation, stones of life, stones of passion for you. They flow, that rainbow flows in and out like the northern lights. So these bands are going out, and little spirits of life, which was what you were before you came here, your spirit man, they're riding on them, and you can hear them going, oh, we love him, or they're saying, send me, send me. Then they flow back inside of him, and they run up this holy mountain that's in him. They slide down in the river of life, and then they jump on these massive gemstones that are in him. And yet his heart, his plan, and his life is for you. It is not against you. How hard would it be for you to give your only child to die, to carry every evil, wicked thing and be put
Hmm.
on a cross?
Hmm.
But it was the only way that could bring us back to the Father, was to be free from all the evil and the darkness that we carried in ourselves. And that blood, his holy blood, you can see on the mercy seat in front of the throne of God when you go there. It's still there. And because of that blood, you have a way back home to the Father. And they made this decision to make this sacrifice. Did you think they would leave fun out?
Yeah.
Created fun. The Father created fun.
Yeah, we don't have anything that wasn't come down from above. Everything, even the ideas, right? Even the. I want to get
Great
back to just.
ideas, yes, all the ideas come down. Every good and perfect gift comes down from the Father of lights. Father of lights. Your little spirit man is made out of light. Those are the lights that he's talking about. They
Mm.
come from him, whether it's us being sent as a gift or the gift you carry, whatever that is that you can bless people with when you go home to heaven one day. Of course, it's going to be fun. There's goodie places in heaven to go to. You can do creating things in heaven at Creation Lab. You get to see how he made the heavens and the earth in Creation Lab.
Mm.
It's a place you go and he reveals to you the past, and you see him and his son making, him and the word making this very planet that we're living on right now.
Now, did we get to Jesus? What does Jesus look like as opposed to what the Father looks
Jesus
like?
is a very masculine person, and he can look just like the Father sometimes. When he can go from looking like you would see him on the earth when he walked on the earth. He had hair. He had brown hair. It's not kinky though. It's like wavy. It comes down to about his shoulder, sometimes a little bit longer. But when the glory begins to come from inside of him, it will turn white. His hair turns white, just like the Father's. You can see the scars in his hands, which are right here. The scars are here. The nails are here. Nail holes are here. And then when his hair, there's breezes in heaven. You can see where that crown of thorn has pierced his head. But he's
Wow.
really like, I think he looks very masculine. He's not like a pretty guy or anything like that. He's very masculine, but you're so captivated by his love. So he's got these blue eyes that captivate, like liquid pools of love. But he's built, okay? He was a carpenter. He lifted trees, and he has his glorified body back forever. And he does all kinds of things with you in heaven, but definitely you'll never forget it if you ever see him.
Yeah.
I think the one thing missing in painting, so I don't think they can capture his eyes.
Hmm.
I do know this. Sometimes he'll make his eyes the same color yours are just to connect with you.
Really?
So people see him with gray eyes, brown eyes, green eyes, but normally they're blue, like his father's eyes.
Okay. And then how do you describe the Holy Spirit? That's the one that I don't even try normally to even visualize, because, you think of him as a spirit, but I mean, does he have an appearance?
He does have an appearance, and many times fire will outline his entire being. And he can be as tall as he wants. Of course, so can the Father, so can the Christ. They can be as tall as they want to, or they could be like 2,000 feet high if they want to, or they could be small enough to, like the Father would step inside of himself and play with us when we were in him. So there's no way you can measure how high or short or whatever they are. But I do know they're all powerful beings. The Holy Spirit has fire going around his being. Sometimes the colors of the rainbow. He looks like an actual whirlwind sometimes when he moves to go places. He becomes a whirlwind of fire, or a whirlwind of the colors of God's rainbow. But you can totally see, sometimes you can see like flames of fire where his eyes would be. But you can totally see the outline of him. It's not like, it's not like you can't see anything about him. Because of the his presence, the frequency he puts out. You can see if he stands by the left side of the throne, because Christ is seated at the right side of the throne. You can actually see an outline of his being. Sometimes the glory comes from him, and it's just like a being of light. Like you see his whole body, but it's all light, made out of light. So you can, in heaven especially, see him, but I've seen him on the earth like that also.
Oh,